Welcome back everybody. Today we are going to see variables in Python. If you have studied C, C++ or Java, you must be knowing this concept. But still I say you guys do watch this video till the end because at the end of this video I'm going to tell a very important concept that you might have not studied before. So let's get started. What are variables? Variables are reserved memory locations used to store data. You can call them as containers for your data. Suppose you want processor to add two numbers 5 and 6. Now how will processor knows where the numbers are being stored? That's why we use variables so that we can tell the processor that you have to add data which is stored at some particular places. Now see, x assigned 5. Here we have assigned a value 5 to something called x. Here x is a variable. Similarly, y equals 2. We have assigned 2 to something called y. Here y is a variable. Now you have to tell the processor that you have to add 5 and 7. So how will you do that? You will do that with the help of variables. You will write x equals 5, y assigns 7. Now you will tell the processor to add x plus y. You are telling the processor that add the data which is located at the particular place, that is x and y. Here you can see the output 12. Naming rules for variables. A variable name can contain alphabet, digit and underscore. A valid variable name cannot start with a digit. You cannot use keywords as variable names. Don't worry if you don't know keywords. We are going to study keywords later. So just know right now that you cannot use keywords as variable names. Valid and invalid variable names. XAB, it is a valid variable name. S_WW, it is also a valid variable name. GRIN9, it is also a valid variable name. 4K, now it is not a valid variable name, it is an invalid variable name. Why? Because it is starting with a digit and we know that a valid variable name cannot start with a digit. Underscore, it is also a valid variable name. Variables are case sensitive. That means capital GAP and small gap are different variables. Similarly, I capital TO and I small to are different variables. Now what happens in memory when you declare variables? See, suppose you assign 5 to x. Okay, now here a memory block will be created that will contain 5, and here x is a reference variable that is pointing to a memory block that contains 5. Okay, similarly when you write y equals 7, what happens in the memory is y is a reference variable. It is pointing to a memory block that contains 7. Now suppose you write x is equals to 5 and y is equals to 5. What happens right now? What will happen now? So I have mentioned at the very starting that do watch this video till the end because at the end I'm going to tell a very important concept. So this is the concept that I was talking about. Now see, you might be thinking that if we assign x equals to 5 and y equals to 5, then x will point to a memory block which contains 5, and similarly y will point to another memory block that contains 5. No, if you are thinking this, you are absolutely wrong. There will be no two memory blocks. Okay, then what exactly happens? Now see, this is what happens when you assign x equals to 5 and y equals to 5. Only one block is created, that contains 5. X will point to the same block and y will also point to the same block. No different blocks are created. Let's prove it with the help of the code. But before doing that, let me tell you one thing. See, every memory block has some ID. Okay, so here this memory block has ID, suppose 3000. There can be any ID, but here let's take an example. Its ID is 3000. Similarly, when you assign y equals to 7, so this block can get the ID 4000. ID can be anything. I'm just supposing this value. Now what we will prove is that only one memory block is created when you assign the same value to different variables. Okay, so let's see with the help of the code. Now let's see, suppose x is equals to 2, x is equals to 3, okay, sorry, y equals to 3. Now let's see the ID of x and y. How you will do that is ID of x. See, the ID of x is this. Okay, now let's print the ID of y. See, both the IDs are different because x equals to 2, it is pointing to a different memory block that contains 2, and y equals to 3, it is pointing to a different memory block. So that's why their IDs are different, you can see. Now suppose x equals to 5 and y also equals to 5, like we were talking about. Now let's print the IDs of x and y. ID of x. Now see, ID of x is 19430051168 and ID of y. Can you see? Both the IDs are same. See this. Both the IDs are same. That means no different memory blocks are created. Only one memory block is created that contains the 5, and x is also pointing to that memory block and y is also pointing to the same memory block. Now we have seen that we have proved it that only one memory block is created when x is equals to 5 and y is equals to 5. That is when both the values are same. So I hope you got this. Thank you. If you find my video informative, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.